Alright fam, we are back at it on the Friday down here at Into Performance in Noble Park. So if you haven't been here before, 4,000 square metres of absolute elite premium equipment, high performance. They have got one of the biggest and most unique ranges in Australia. So before we get started, it will be a posterior session today, so some hamstrings and some back. We'll do a quick walk around and give you guys a little tour, show you guys what they have here, and then we'll get stuck into it. Atlantis, one of the best pendulums you'll ever use. I mean, I had the Arsenal at our one gym, but the Atlantis is, I believe, another level above, just in terms of the way it feels. It's engineering, the way it comes down, like this incline row. So it's a row machine, but really unique in the way you can actually position yourself. Chest, Roger's hip press, incline calf, Roger's Pro Squat. So you guys, if you've seen me before, use this one, you know all about it. It's because of the floating yoke, this moves and so independent. When you squat, it's a really natural feel and you stay right under the movement the whole way through the squat. And obviously you can load it at 3 different points, but a really good, really nice piece if you want to be able to squat but not feel that traditional lower back and knee pain. Really comfortable. Reverse glute ham. Some really nice pieces, man. I actually was involved in helping Hisham originally ordering some of the first lot of the Atlantis and the Prime. Into Performance and Performax, they actually distribute this stuff. So they, if anyone out there wants to get some Prime or some Atlantis or some Rogers, they also do Kabuki, Glute Aider as well. But Into Performance sub-company, Performax, they actually distribute it all. So get in touch with them to order yours. Unfortunately, I think Prime at the moment, if you order Prime, it takes the American factory, it takes them 12 months just to build it. And then plus shipping on the way over. So, but it's worth it, that's for sure. Daddy long legs, motherfucker.
Stop looking at my swan.
It's his nickname in primary school or high school was Daddy Long Legs and Turkey.
This was literally me in year 5. And then I stopped growing. The camera's on me now, so I actually have to count my reps.
Yeah, you have to. No fucking.
Before I was like,
no 4 reps.
I was
3
like
reps.
to Bayley, I just go by feel. I don't count reps.
She's a natural pro, goes by feel. Just call her Chris, call me Air. So I've always actually wanted to do, always. For the last probably 6 months, I've been trying to work out how to program a posterior day because traditionally I like to have 2 leg days, just due to the fact I love training legs. But my knees have suffered over the past 6 months with that. So, got Tuesdays, which is the quad dominant leg day, 1 hamstring movement just to start. Then I got today, which is hamstrings and some back on the end of it. And the hamstrings is just isolation stuff. So like, we're gonna do some adductor warm up as normal. Then we'll do some calves. Then we'll move on to a unilateral leg curl, standing. Actually my favourite one here, which is a Watson piece. Then we'll do a lion leg curl. Then we'll do a landmine RDL, which is not a traditional heavy RDL, it's more of a isolated RDL. Then we'll move on to my hyperextension, and then we'll hit back. Mashallah.
Subhanallah.
Salam Allah. How you well?
Long time, brother.
So good, so good. The kids are good because of her. I give her all credit for that. Just wish there would be some warmer soon, because it's too cold, you know? So yeah, move on to the hyperextensions. Then we'll start with back, and we'll do 3 movements for back. So we'll do a row, a pull down, and then another row variation, changing our groups up. So that's a plan. The good thing is here, we've got all the options. So yeah. It's funny, this incline, this is Atlantis, and the other incline that we use is a pre-core. I think I prefer the old school one, I don't know why,
Which one do you prefer?
the pre-core one,
Powerhouse?
yeah, it just hits a little bit different.
A running race?
How far?
100 metres.
The track right there, man.
100 metres.
You wouldn't last 100 metres, mate.
I absolutely would.
You wouldn't last.
I absolutely would. We had a race like 2 years ago and I beat him.
Where?
At the park.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. Anyway, he's too slow to take off, so
No.
I'd probably bet you by about half a metre. This time I reckon I'll beat you by like 20 metres.
She talks so much junk.
If the race ever happens, because my back hurts, my knees hurt, my
Truthfully,
ankles hurt.
I'm scared to pull something, absolutely. So like, because if I race, then I'm going to race fully. Like I'm going to, like...
Oh, because if we don't do things in half.
No,
yeah?
I want to win, I want to dominate, all right? So there's never a question again. And I'm scared I'll pull something. And then I can't afford time out at the gym.
It is what it is. I'll beat you.
Fuck.
I'm so confident. I've never been more confident in my life. I wouldn't race him when he's like comp lean though. Just off-season races.
I could roll faster than you could run,
Get out
bro.
of here. Do me a favour. Lie down on the floor and show us how you get up.
No, hey.
Do it now.
If I need to move, I can move, okay?
Just for shits and gigs.
All right?
Get down on the floor.
If I need to move, I can move, all right?
It ain't cute. Actually very proud of you.
Why?
When was the last time you bought new shoes?
Yeah, well, yeah. Normally I have a big problem with buying shoes. You know, what pissed me off was they don't fit me anymore. Like, I'm pissed off. I've gone from a size 12 to a size 13 in this growth phase. So now all my Travis Scotts, they don't fit.
Do you reckon it'll come down though or no?
I don't know. They didn't last time. Because last time was 11. Went to a 12. I stayed at 12.
Friday leg days, there's like wall
Not
wounds.
proud of her because I shaved and I said, T, come shave my back. And she gave me so much attitude.
You don't ask me to come
So
shave
much
your back
attitude.
at 7:45 in the morning. That's like
It was 7:15.
7:45. Absolutely 7:45.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces.
I think that legs always reminded me of, like, literally in my head it was always boys, men. You know what I mean? It separated the two. It was like anyone can come in here and train back hard or chest hard, but like when you train your legs hard, you know, when you're doing those big movements, squats, leg press, extension, when you're able to push those to real failure, like, you know, I've done 4 reps on free weight squats before, literally 2 people behind me with 6 plates each side, dead on doldies. And it's like when I fail, then you guys keep supporting me to do 5 more reps. Like, so just, I mean, it sounds dumb, it sounds crazy. But like, that always, training legs hard, loving training legs. I fell in love with it because it wasn't everyone's favorite. I fell in love with it because it felt like, for me to win, I had to be willing to do what most others aren't doing or willing to do. And it became a form of therapy, you know. I think it's literally where I built my confidence. You know,
in the gym.
come from, low self-esteem, low from being overweight when I was younger. Not being sure of, not who I was, but like,
Your purpose?
yeah, what I stood for, and like, you know, having real values, and not that gym gave me, but gym gave me a sense of purpose, drive, discipline, consistency, and then that sort of, like, you know, made me almost reach out to a higher power. I don't know why, like, you know, out of like, I think it somehow forced me to another level spiritually as well. It sounds weird, but it's like, before gym, it was a matter of survival. It was a matter of like, well, you know, it's just, you know, Mike surviving every day. When I was younger, it was just me. And even like with teen, that was like, you know, so it was still like battling inside me just to get through today. Then gym gave me it opened up the world of competing to me, and then of changing my body, building confidence, and then it also taught me patience, and it taught me to look long term. It taught me not to be focused so much on today, here, now,
Instant gratification.
because we have here and now, but like, we don't start training and have big legs straight away. You have to fucking do hundreds and thousands of reps over hundreds of days, hundreds of weeks, years to start seeing the results of what you want to achieve. So I think the ability to become long-sighted and to not be sucked in by the potential pleasures of now. It's like, think long term. What do you actually want? Where do you want to be in 1 year, 5 years? But the long term thinking is what changed it for me, and gym opened me to that.
I'm the new era about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand. Ay, we on overtime, you don't need to understand. Ay, you just show them how to do it.
Gym became one of those things where it doesn't matter who your parents are, where you live, where you're from. It doesn't matter. Or you can't get given it, you can't win it, you can't cheat your way to it. The only way to achieve results in here is to put in the work and then put in the time. And once you achieve those results, no one can take it away from you. There's something to be said for when you see a guy with, a really huge guy or a huge guy with huge legs or whatever else. It's like, for me, it always says, fuck, man, that guy can stick to a plan. That guy's earned that. Maybe a shit person, I'm not saying about the person, but for whatever reason, they've got some serious work ethic. Because this shit ain't easy, no matter how good your genetics are. We used to be in here during COVID.
Yeah.
All the windows were blacked out, tarps over them. If cops come because someone dumped us in, we'd all hide in the attic up there, into the back room, up into the attic.
And Mike would keep doing his legs.
Well, he's on, yeah.
And the cops would walk in and Mike, they'd be like, what are you doing here? You can't be here. And he was like, I'm finishing my legs and then I'll go.
So I'm training. What does it look like I'm doing? So you can't train. Of course I can.
He goes, I'll finish and I'll go home, but I'm absolutely finishing.
So I'll leave it unfinished. So everyone else will hid. I just continue on with my set.
I needed a vision, I needed ambition, I needed a mission to be this submission with no intermission. I see the collision, the crash and the distance ain't coming off track, no. Now when they ask what's the motive, don't talk about the show, they all about to see what I mean in the moment. I gotta keep going, I'm shaking the dice and I'm keeping it rolling, they already know.
I'm actually turning my foot inwards. Reason why, I'm trying to target, like a lot of people, most people when they do hamstrings, they'll let their foot hang out to the side and they'll bring it up in the easiest route possible, hitting sort of this outside area. I'm trying to move the focus from this semi-tendinosis in here, the other heads of the hamstring, the inner heads. Then when I do the lion hamstring curl, I'll do that with my feet out to hit the outside. So I'm trying to sort of target different areas of the hamstring. So if I turn my foot inwards, I'm focused on this inner part of the hamstring. So when I hit the hamstring shot from the back, you have like complete, detail from side to side.
Got my fingers on the pulse, avocado and toast, leather seats, jet plane, always ready to go. Catch the sun tan on the roof of the yacht. Penthouse elevator, take us up to the top. Yeah, my sweaty jacket always bringing the magic. I got the top pulled down in my automatic. You know my everyday life may sound dramatic, but when you got it like this, gotta make it a habit.
You see, this is Bumstead stuff, right? And one thing that's crazy is like, I don't know why, I just expect the Bumstead to be like high quality. I buy his shit, but like, that's not scented. And it drives me crazy.
Big boost to my confidence and turn the attitude up to 100%. Big shot go off, yeah, I'm at it again. Yeah, my sweaty jacket always bringing the magic. I got the top pulled down and my automatic. You know my everyday life may sound dramatic, but when you got it like this.
Okay, so with this one now, we're going to do a variation for 2 sets. So we do 2 heavy sets. Now 2 sets, 1/3. And what they are is, at the start of the rep, you go 1/3 back down to the bottom 2/3 of the way up, back down to the bottom 3/3 the whole way, then back down to the bottom. That's 1 rep. So we're going to do 10 reps, 1/3 on the reduced weight. This one, technically, it's 30 reps, even though some are half reps. And Emil Asasev and John Meadows were the first to show me these. Rest in peace, John. But they burn. You know, with that one, just for the last few. Right guys, this one's the landline RDL. So I like to think of this one as opposed to a dumbbell or a barbell RDL as more isolating. It definitely, like, it should be all glute ham tie-in, like just absolutely light up that area. The way the movement is, a lot of people do this one from the other side. I like to do it this way. I like to really lean backwards. So I'm holding on to the bar and I'm holding on and leaning back with all the pressure on my heels so that if I wasn't holding on to the bar, then I would literally fall over. So as I put all my weight on my heels, I'm pushing back, down, my glutes out as far as possible. And then from here, all the weight on my heels, I'm just squeezing glutes forward and under. Now, I'll only be able to stand up as far as until the bar hits me. That's fine, as long as I can squeeze and engage those glutes all the way through. I also find that high reps works better with this because you can keep the weight lower and connect with them more. If you're holding more weight, I feel like there's too much weight through my arms and upper body, actually stabilizing the weight.
Say what it be, I know the king, follow his lead, repeat after me. I know they lurking, this serpent is circling, but I never worry, cause he got the keys, he let it bleed. Never put me on the freeze, just look how he spit it to me. It'll be out of right after I seek. You can't make the promise unless you the king. Jay with a baby, I am what he made me. No, you cannot save me, so it's for the birds.
It's actually a really good variation for anyone who does feel lower back pain with RDLs. Because it's almost like a glute ham raise or a hip extension on the lower back extension. Like when you really round that back and focus on just squeezing those glutes through, it's exactly what this is sort of replicating, but with more load and an RDL variation. So no lower back pain. Obviously we're working some lower back. I'm definitely squeezing my erectors as I come up, but I don't feel that pain. Also guys, so when I grab this one, I'm not using any handle, I'm just grabbing the bar itself. And the technical term is choking the bar. So I'm choking the bar. I'm just alternating grips each set.
Rolling with heavy, he feeling kinda discouraged, cause he feeling down in the dirt. I told him heavy, you only need faith, cause Yeshua already did all the work. Life or death, this life is best. I'd rather see the vision complete instead of the speed to find regret. You gotta breathe so you can be free, so you never need the ice your checks. This be my plea, I lost my debt. I gotta cheese, I found my flex. I gotta be, I gotta breathe, I gotta breathe.
So moving on in my crossover movement. The like a lower back extension with some glute glute ham raise to begin with. So I come down into the movement like a traditional glute ham raise and use my glutes and hams to initiate the movement. But at the top, rather than stopping short, I continue all the way to full, I suppose, the extension of the hips, pushing shoulders back, hips through to engage some of that lower back lumbar area as well. And the reason why is because I avoid a lot of hinge movements that load the lower back and the erectors. I still need development down there to complete the back when on stage. So by coming all the way up, I'm squeezing those erectors to really make them fire and pop. So when I get lean, my back doesn't end halfway down my torso. My back goes from top to bottom. Completeness. That's what we're after. Hamstrings failed before my lower back, so what you would have seen then is me start off in doing the movement that I wanted to, but as my hamstrings failed, I started to get really, really almost crampy. I shortened the movement into lower back extension only. Fuck. And the reason why I'm not using any weight is because I haven't done this movement for, I haven't done a lower back extension in years. So, with that in mind, I can do body weight, which is half of my almost 140 kilos anyway, but I can do body weight and still make some progression there before we add weight.
I got the shooters that's ready to spin. He come with the king and he know how to win. He come to your team and he do it again. Rain to sleep when the sun is at its peak. Gotta keep moving my feet until my journey is complete.
Some conversations, us sitting here talking about, some bad client plans they had from previous coaches. And there's definitely a sense of neglect in the industry where it's like, you've got a bunch of people out there writing drug protocols, cocktails of fucking God knows what, and getting people to take these things with no real insight into why, or insight into the client's health before they jump on this gear, and what the potential sides are and how to manage those or mitigate those long term. And like the problem is you got a bunch of guys and girls out there. Girls, we've seen some shocking girl ones before. Fuck, WBFF was full of them. But they've competed once. They've been given a drug plan by a coach, and they just like copy and paste out onto, because I've competed now, I'm a coach. I can help you compete. And here's a drug protocol. This is what you take to get on stage. And it's exactly the same as what they were given. And if you ask them why, they can't even tell you what a steroid does, let alone why you should be taking X, Y, and Z and how they work together and, all these things. Let alone, okay, have you had any blood work done? Have you had any, what's your family history of, things that are genetic and all this stuff, which needs to be accounted for, it needs to be considered or a consideration in the planning process of any enhancement protocol. So, not to mention long-term damages, especially for women, androgenic side effects long-term. Shit can't be reversed in most cases. But, if you're out there and you ask, with a coach, and if you ask that coach, or if you're taking advice from that coach on enhancements, PEDs, at the minimum, you should be asking, why am I taking this? What does it do? What's the potential side effects? What do I look for? You know, if something goes wrong or feels wrong. Because a lot of time, you got clients out there who don't want to be paying clients. When I say paying clients, like, you know, they don't want to be a problem, and they might think, oh, it's normal to feel shit during prep. But it's like, no, there's feeling shit, then there's unhealthy, like, you know, real risk that you put yourself under. So yeah, what do you look for? And all these things need to be considered. If you can't ask your coach that and get a straight answer, one that makes sense, get a second opinion, leave the coach, you know, don't just take blindly, because it can be serious. I've had clients before come to me, and, you know, only after a few weeks of me literally telling them to stop what they're doing from other coaches, collapse or, like, you know, have serious complications with things. So it's, you'll be fine, nothing will go wrong until it does. And then when it does, like, unfortunately, you're playing with lives. Alright fam, so moving on to our first row. This is the prime seated row. It will be one of my favourites. It just has a really nice feeling profile. I push my chest right into the pad and just try and pull myself through the pad by keeping my elbows and traps down. But I find that prime, I like it so much because the movements just feel so, it's easy to connect with the movements. Like, you know, if you've used this machine before, you know you're training back. Like, there's some moments that rows out there where you get off of it and you don't feel that muscle soreness or connection like you do with the prime. So definitely why they're one of my favorites. Oh. look
You
bigger.
you didn't count any of that, did you?
Dude, 17. Yeah, what are you going to say now, huh? What are you going to say now? That's right. 17.
I actually wasn't counting, so I don't know. But we'll come back to that.
You feel it out, yeah?
Yeah, how consistent have I been, but
It's what?
training?
Oh, yeah.
No?
I mean, you show up.
Wow.
That's good. Just food now. All right, guys. So, finishing off here with the extreme row. We did a pull down then with the prime handles. I really love that prime handle that you can sort of separate apart, and it's just, again, on the pull down motion, just allows my wrists and elbows to go into a natural position. So I really focus on pulling with the lat rather than fighting my wrist and elbows to then get into position, then focus on the lat. Then being more natural, I can focus with the lat and pull and connect with the lat, and the wrists and elbows sort of go where they need to go, if that makes sense. Rather than wrists and elbows being fixed in a position, then fighting to try and find the best way to engage your lat in that position. So that, with the freer handles, I can pull with the lat and let them come naturally where they need to. Finishing off here with the extreme row, 3 sets there, 3 sets here. I really like this. I've always loved the extreme row. Again, pressure down into the pad through my chest, and then I'm pulling in a pronated wide grip with a primarily upper back focus.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, you know we come to slay.
Bro, must have been your other girlfriend, because that wasn't me.
See? Think she beat me in the race.
Generation Iron.
Think
at
she
the-
beat me in the race.
Which movie?
It was like Chaston or something. It was Chaston. It was Chaston.
Full of shit. You are so full of shit. What's it about?
Bodybuilders, high grade Phil Heath.
No,
And ranches on a horse, and it bucks and he falls off.
I have not seen that.
You have?
I have not seen that. I swear to God, Bayley, I do not remember seeing that at all.
You don't remember seeing fucking Generation
You
Iron?
didn't watch it with me.
You know, on my kids, I watch. Don't be like that. Now, because she'll get shooting out thinking like, who'd you fucking watch it with?
I didn't watch it with you, I swear.
For sure she'll get shooting out thinking, who'd you watch it with? You watch it with me.
It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me.
No, it was you. Just because you remember, it was fucking you. Yeah, you guys want to see the real side of Tanel, right? Watching it shitting out because she can't remember watching something with me, so she'll think I saw it with someone else. That's the real fucking document. Put that on there.
Actually, 0 to 100.
Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go.
D-U-N. Done. All right, guys, so we are finished up here at Into Performance in Neville Park. Posterior session done. First time I've performed that session in that series. As I've said, I normally take a couple of weeks to find the flow of things, but I'm generally pretty happy with that. I felt a good pump. I was more fatigued from hamstrings than I thought I would be going into back. Just so energy levels dropped a little bit. But I mean, look, again, it's part of the process of learning and finding out the absolute perfect sequencing and split. But overall, really happy. Busy weekend for us, and next week, huge week. We've inspected some properties in the past, which you've seen. Those kind of The negotiations fell short with demolition clauses that the sites had in place, meaning that the landlord or the owner of the site eventually wanted to develop. And a demolition clause means they can come in any time and give you 6 or 12 months notice to just basically get out because they're going to redevelop the place. It doesn't suit us going in and spending $500,000 on a fit out and equipment just for them to come in and say, you're gone, as well as building up a clientele, membership base, all those sort of things. Because we really build a community in the gym, and it doesn't make sense to build a community then tear it apart because we move area. So we are still looking on the hunt. We found 2. One, in all honesty, probably is a little bit small, but one other one which looks really, really promising. No demo clauses in place. We've checked that. We've inspected it. We had a quick walkthrough earlier this week. We're going back for another more thorough walkthrough of both places next week, and we'll make sure we take you with us. We'll show you our ideas, what we're thinking, and it's really exciting to start to get close again to thinking that we've found a home, and then we can start the next phase, which is setting up. And we've got storages and garages full of equipment at the moment waiting. So we definitely want to find somewhere soon so we can start to set up and get organised. So we'll make sure we bring you along for the ride next week. Exciting. And really, like for me at the moment, I'm really thankful and appreciative, obviously, to Inter Performance, to Powerhouse, to Doherty's, for Tony, obviously, after one gym, really sort of took us in and gave us a place to operate out of. And I'm forever thankful for that. I love the opportunities to train at these places. However, once you've had your own gym and your own space, it definitely feels like home, and we want to build that again. And because it literally becomes your home. Not only do we spend 18 hours there, but we invest part of us into the place. So I'm really looking forward to finding a place and settling down and building again. So excited for that. Thank you to Hisham and Intu. Hisham has been like a father to us. Since we've met him. We've had a great relationship, and we're really thankful for him. I've always opened his doors and let us come through, share the space. It's a world-class facility. There's no doubt about it. It's hard to appreciate, but Hisham has probably $2, $3 million, $4 million worth of equipment on this floor. It's hard to appreciate how much has actually gone into building somewhere like this. So if you're in the area, or if you're in Victoria, or if you're traveling, definitely get down and check out Into Performance in Noble Park. Let them know you saw it on Mike's YouTube. I'm sure they'll look after you. On the way in, they do shakes, and they got supplements in the store as well.
Great coffee.
Great coffee as well. So definitely get down and check it out because it's worth the trip. It's worth the drive. Thank you for letting us film today and share the space. And we'll make sure we bring some more content to you guys from here in the future. Shout out to Bayley behind the lens, as always.
Riley, thank you so much.
Riley, thank you. Exactly. Enjoy the maple syrup, brother. Game changer. Thank you to T for spotting, trolling, keeping me grounded, giving me patience. We killed today's session, feeling good again in the gym. Weight is slowly going back up. Not as quick as I thought. I lost 5 kilos from being sick. Sort of jumped back up a couple kilos, back to eating all the food, but just weight struggling, but it'll come. I don't rush it, so it's fine. I'll make sure in the next YouTube we actually sit down and update you with some future competing plans as well, because we sort of had a chat to Dean, my coach, and worked out some rough guidelines for when our grow phase should finish up, when we'll, then obviously when we'll look to start dieting, and what shows we have in mind for 2024 overseas, multiple countries. So it's exciting. Now I'm always focused. I'm always, disciplined and on track. But I'm just like anyone else. when you have dates in mind and when you put timelines on things, everything seems to go up another gear. So I'm no different. You know, even though I'm on track all the time, when I have dates and timelines in place, I thoroughly enjoy that from a mindset perspective, because it gives me 100 times more focus. So
you just like having the vision and the goal.
Yeah, I like having
and then just like ticking the boxes.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a finish line. Okay, let's go. You know, let's run, let's sprint. So I really, really enjoy that. So make sure we share that with you next time as well. We cover quite a bit this YouTube. You know, obviously, things about why I like leg day so much, why I like training so much, what training did for me. We also covered some horror stories that we hear and see from clients and people in general, from coaches out there, and the sort of malpractice which happens within our industry because it's not regulated. That coaches giving advice that they have no business giving, and people seemingly so willing to just accept blind advice and not check and not, you know, be a little bit responsible about what you're doing to your body. So, yeah, I'd be interested to hear in the comments below, you know, your experiences with training, what it did for you, how did it change your life, and which is your favourite part to train, you know, and why. And then also, you know, if you've had, we don't want to name any names, we're not about naming people publicly and their poor plans, but, you know, if you have had the experiences, maybe give a brief outline as to what you went through without naming names below. It just gives more people the chance to read about what others have gone through, and then gives them cues and things that they can sort of try and pick up on in their journey with their coach and their progress in competing. Some warning signs and some things to look for that might help them prevent going through the same thing that you've gone through. It's a shame you went through it, but I always say when you go through something that's can be seen as, you know, a negative experience, you know, the best thing you can do with that is share and help others learn. Because then you didn't go through it for nothing. You're helping others, which is a fucking huge part of life. You know, sometimes we go through the hardest battles just to be able to share that experience or knowledge or mechanisms of coping with what you went through with others so they can then handle that better. It's a huge part is helping others in this journey of life together. You help your brothers and sisters. You know, it's, if everyone had that attitude of treating others as you want to be treated and helping your brothers and sisters, it'd be a different place. So, anyway, comments below, let us know, and we can discuss and pick up on those next episode. As always, appreciate the love and support, watching, subscribing, sharing, commenting, liking, all those good things. So keep them coming. We'll keep bringing you more of what you want to see. And yeah, quick mention to those suffering in Palestine is something that, you know, T's been very strong on the injustice and happenings over in Gaza, not just since October 7, but for a long time. And obviously we've all seen recently the destruction that's taking place. So a big shout out to those suffering and those affected families, friends, relatives, not just in Gaza, but extended families and relatives overseas. You know, we say a prayer every night, and we're with you, and we hope that, you know, we're gonna get a ceasefire and we can get some peace for everyone involved soon, inshallah. We hope so. Until next time, guys, stay undefeated. You never lose, we win, or we learn.